Welcome to Jo's Crafty Cauldron, Vlogmas, day one, coming to you from the Lake District for the week. So this is our little home. We get a view of the other accommodation, so that's what our accommodation looks like, minus the little hot tubby things. And then we've got, I won't show you Steve, he's hidden in the corner eating a cup of nuts and berries and stuff. And then we've got a little balcony, which is going to be very wet and very cold this week. And then there's our view from the balcony. And I'll be back later with Advents and whatever we're doing for the day. So we've come to Penrith Castle. So it is an English heritage. There we go, a bit too bright. It is an English heritage, but it's free basically. So it's in the village of Penrith, and yeah, so you can just, it's a ruin basically. So I think that's why it's just here. So walk over this little bridge. And then it's basically a big ruin. They've got some signposts and stuff around it. Steve's up there pretending to read something. And it's quite funny because you've got this old castle, and then literally, oh, you can't see it in this view. That view you couldn't see it, so let's go a little bit further in. I'm walking on cobblestones, so this is maybe not the best idea. Steve's being a big kid. So you literally come into the castle, avoid the puddle, and right over there you have the train station and ye olde McDonald's. And they're literally right on the other side of the road of this. So we've got all these ruins, towers that are amazingly still standing. I doubt that's a jail. And then you've got all of these. Some sort of well over there. And then each room, or most of the rooms, have a little label on them. Let's see if we can find one. But you can walk in all of these. So this would have been the Red Tower, a little bit Game of Thrones, not quite the Red Keep. And you can walk around this whole thing. In there. And then yeah, they have the McDonald's. And if we get around here, little holes. I'm trying to look for another little sign. So you've got obviously these sort of eroded walls where you would have historically had rooms, like pool rooms. So you can sort of see the foundations of what would have been the castle. This is where I fall over walking down, trying to multitask. Oh, I did just slide it. Woo! Step. I haven't seen another sign. Let's see if there's anything in this room. So these would have all been, oh there we go. So this would have been the White Tower. And yeah, there you see you've got Penrith Station over there, semi-main road, church over there. Just in the horizon you can see home bargains. They've got home bargains and a B&M here, which is dangerous. Steve's not using the pathways. But yeah, you can go in each of these little rooms. And yeah, it's just funny, the old world and the new world right next to each other, like literally right next to each other. So this would have been the kitchen, where someone's kindly left their can of Carlsberg. And then we've got this grate. I can't remember if I read that it was like a well or something. It is closed up now, but so that you don't fall down it, we have covered it for safety. Gonna have to go over this little step. So it's quite big. We've got various holes in the wall. I don't know if that's just where the brick has fallen over time. I don't know what this room is meant to be. I can't see a sign. There's lots of holes in red brick and old windows. Yeah, so that's Penrith Castle. I think there might have been some sort of dungeon over here, so let's look over this way. Oh, that says the solar. I can't remember what a solar is. Probably would have been up to a hole in the ceiling. And we've got a little deck down here. So I don't know what this would have been. There's no sign. I don't know if that would have been like a dungeon. So yeah, so that's Penrith Castle. Ta-da! And we're going to go walk back into town now, and then going to go for a nice Sunday roast later on. So I'll probably bring you back to that. So it's the part of the day where I open all my advent calendars, and I hadn't quite appreciated how many I had until I had to carry most of them to the Lake District with me. There are 2 that I've left at home, but I bought the bulk of them with me. So the first one that we've got for this year is the Hotel Chocolat Advent Calendar Velvetizer Drinking Chocolate Advent Calendar. So I think I've got to slide this one outwards. Maybe it wasn't meant to slide that way. Oh, this one is quite large. So where is day 1? Oh, this is amazing. Right, day 1 is here. So let's see which flavour we get today. I did wonder if that would be the first one. So the first flavour we've got is pumpkin spice drinking chocolate. I do love that flavour. I've got a whole box of it at home, so that's good. So that's our first one. So that's the Velvetizer one. I think you've also got stuff on the back as well. And then I'm going to save the rest of my chocolatey ones for the end. So then the next advent calendar we've then got is the Boots one. So it's the Harry Potter Diagon Alley advent calendar. There, I love that picture. So that's the whole of Diagon Alley. Let's have a look if I can actually open it. Oh wow. So this opens up into like a whole street scene on camera. This is not going to do it justice. But never mind. It smells good in here. So we're going to go for number 1, which is up here. If I can get it out. I don't know if I lean this on the tripod, it's going to fall over. Nope, we're okay. So we've got box number 1. And we've got a bath bomb. So it's a little butterbeer bath bomb. For day 1, I'm going to leave that out actually. And then the trick I do is I then turn my box over, so that's number 1 is gone. Then the next one is the Lego Harry Potter Advent Calendar for this year. I haven't been very well prepared and I've not actually opened this one up, so it's still got the sticky. You do get a little scene. Oh, sorry, it's shut. I'm trying to shut the penknife. There we go. So you do get a little scene. So it says it's compatible with 76435. So I might have to look that one up afterwards. So you get all of the numbers and then you get a little, if I move that up a little bit, you've then got this little scene in the background. So number 1 is over here. So you get little instructions. So today's minifigure is Harry and then a Gryffindor shield. So let me move that slightly out of the way. There we have him with his little Gryffindor shield. And I'm going to pop his wands safely back in that little pot. And pop them back in the advent calendar for safekeeping. And then next, let's mix it up by going into one of my yarn advent calendars. So this is the Hannah from the Corner Crafts Christmas Carol themed yarn advent calendar for this year. I got this at very last minute because I missed out on the first run she did, but luckily I managed to get in on the spares. So this is one of her spares, so it came within a few days. So we've got number 1. So this isn't, there's no sort of fade or anything to this. It's just, it's colours. Oh, I've ripped the packet. It's colours based on sort of chronological order of going through the colour palette that appeared in the film at each point. Oh, and we get a pin. So it's a pin by Laura Crow. It's a Christmas Carol themed pin. And so it says, Marley was dead to begin with. A little pin there, that's cute. Oh, that's a nice colour. So that's the first colour. We're going to probably be watching this film in a few days, so we'll, for the first time. And so I can see where that appears. Next up, let's just mix it up a bit and we're gonna do this one. I love this. So I love micro magical moment figures. They're so cute. They're a good, I'd say they're a good sort of cheaper alternative to the kind of Pop Mart type figures. I've realised I've not actually opened the packaging for this one. So let me break into that. So this is apparently glow in the dark, so I may have to play with that later and work out if that actually works. So it says glow in the dark up there. And there are 8 exclusive figures apparently, so they're obviously figures that don't appear in the normal micro set. So I can see all of these footprints here. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but I can see them because I'm in a particular angle to it. You've also got numbers on here, which again, I don't know if you can see, but I imagine they're meant to be glow in the dark numbers. So I've got to try and find number 1. Right, number 1 is up here. And it's Harry, if I can get him out. It's so cute. So it's a little Harry in his invisibility cloak. That's adorable. That's really cute. I like that. Ooh, she throws it somewhere. So that's day 1 for that one. And then slightly different, we then have the change checker coin advent calendar. So if we find number 1, which is here. I'm not going to take the coin out. Oh, that's good. They've actually put the label of the coin. I've had previous change checker advent calendars and they've not actually detailed what the coin is. So you've had to go and look it up on the internet afterwards. So I don't know if you can see that one. That's a 1 cent from Cyprus. And then before I get into the chocolate advent calendars, the last one is then my Fibre Fox advent calendar. Just trying not to knock the tripod over. So I did see earlier, because everything slid, there is actually a stitch marker down here. There, so we've got a little extra set of sort of mini stitch markers themed around the witching hour, which is the name of this yarn advent calendar for the year. So that's by that's Malika, designed by Soraya. And day 1. Oh, that's pretty. So you've got sort of a cream with sort of pinky burgundy speckles on that. That's really nice colour. This thing, you can never put them back in the packet as neat as they came out. So now we are into chocolate advent calendars. So the first one that we have got, Steve and I are sharing this one, so I'm not getting to eat this day's one. Steve gets to eat this day's one. So number 1 is so it's the Cretaceous period dinosaurs by the Natural History Museum from M&S. So the first one is Ankylosaurus has a big club on the end of its tail the size of a football. Am I going to be able to get into this neatly? No. and it's not dinosaur themed chocolate, so it's a little Christmas tree. There you go, Steve.
Thank you.
So I think this is meant to be sort of facts and chocolate. That one. Then we've got a traditional Cadbury Dairy Milk Advent Calendar that, as always, my mum bought this for me, and she also bought one for Steve, so. Number 1 is up here, if I can get into it. There we go. not opened that nearly as neatly as I would have liked to. I'm not going to eat that yet, because otherwise I'm just going to spend the rest of this video chewing on advent calendar chocolates. So we've got a little gingerbread man. Try and keep that safe so I don't lose it. Then we each have a Kevin the Carrot advent calendar from this year. So let me break into this one. I was very, very poorly prepared for this. We are there. So, where is day 1? I can't see it. Day 24 is a nice big one. Right, day 1, there we go. What's the chocolate gonna be? So, it is a little Kevin the Carrot. Leave that in there. So the next advent calendar, I slightly impulsively bought this one. It's a Royal Mint themed The Snowman advent calendar. It is actually chocolate, so it's not coins as far as I'm aware. I think it's chocolate coins each day, and then on day 24, behind this window is actually a Snowman 2024 50p. There is a chance that this could be, I think, a silver proof one. I'm not sure how many of these had the silver proof in. I think it was possibly only one that was released of these has a silver proof one in. But we will have to wait the full 25 days. So we've got day 1. We've got a, oh, that's cute. So it's a snowman themed coin. I don't know if these are going to be different each day, and it's got the Royal Mint seal on the back of that coin, so that's a bit special. Yeah, 23 milk chocolate coins and 1 Christmas surprise, so that's whether it's going to be a normal one or a fancy one. And then the last one that I've got at the moment is, so I made this one myself, so I got this nice box that's a make your own advent calendar from Sostering Green. So this is really hefty, because what I've done is I've basically filled each day with a handful of chocolates. So it's in order because we just want to count. We don't want to have to faff with finding it. So what I've put in here is I've got a little Dairy Milk Robin. So I just bought a load of Dairy Milk Robin packets. I've got a Cadbury Dairy Milk chocolate coin, a little Christmas pud, again Cadbury's, and then a Ferrero Rocher. So I've got that. It's the same thing every day, so I may not show you this one every day because it is literally the same chocolates every single day for that one. So that is, I think, all of my advent calendars. So the 2 that are missing, just because they were quite bulky, was I've got my Hubman and Chub Girl gingerbread advent calendar, which I posted a picture of the other day. That is very bulky, so I was not going to bring that away with me. And then I've also got the, I think it's the Disney, it's a Disney like book box of books each day, 1 book each day. That's also quite chunky, so I didn't bring that one either. And we've also, normally we make our own sort of Lindt Lindor advent calendar as well. We haven't had a chance to go to the Lindt shop, and our plan is that in a couple of days we're going to go to Gretna Green's Lindt shop, and then we'll have that to add as well. But yes, that is all of the advent calendars for the day.